Hey, how's it going? I am the Sanguiem, and this is yet another update video, based on, you know, bit of a long break I've been kind of had to take. It should be coming to a close any time now. It's, I am finally able to record again and edit things again. It's just, you know, it takes some time to get things ready. And I thought I'd make this video here to tell y'all that the wait is almost over, and I'll be back to releasing videos again soon. Although, you know, I could probably talk about it now. Yeah, what's been keeping me from recording is I've had visitors at my house, and unfortunately, things have been a little hectic around here, and I've been just unable to record. I've been unable to record in a quiet environment. Because, I mean, you can ask guests to be quiet, and, you know, so that you can record and all that, because these walls are not exactly soundproof, but you can't exactly ask an infant to stay quiet. My little nephew is a very excitable little one, and yeah, I just figured it'd be better just hold off on recording. But yeah, they were just staying here while they got their new house ready, so that just took some time. And then, of course, wouldn't you know it, as soon as they leave to go to their new house, I get sick. I get a cold. I almost never get sick. So one new house and a sinus infection later, here I am, finally getting to record videos again. Isn't that great? Isn't that just fantastic? It'll still take maybe another week or two. I will also be kinda busy. Like, busier than usual, so I think I might start releasing videos with a little bit more time between them. Like, say, 2 days between them instead of 1. I don't want to. I'd rather keep keep videos coming out as much as possible, and like day by day if I can, but you know, some things have to come before YouTube. Life-related things, so I mean, it's great that I can still continue doing videos at all. Alright, that's pretty much what's been going on, and, you know, I didn't want today to just be a random update that's like, I don't know, 4 minutes long. So, we're gonna do something else today, you know, to hold you guys off, you content-starving creatures, you, and that is Create Above and Beyond. The IAT series is over. It's done because of my computer can only handle so much at once, and it seems like it was the the chunk loaders that I was using. It was loading too much at once, I believe, and unfortunately, that made it to where it could never start up. If I remove the mod, I can start it up, but because of how widespread the Create machines were, they have to all be loaded at once, otherwise some weird stuff can happen, like machines running at maximum power when they're not supposed to be, or you remove a shaft that connects a contraption to its power source and the contraption still runs even though there is no power source. Like, you just get weird things like that, and it breaks the whole system. You have to tear it all down and rebuild it, and, you know, the best way to avoid that is to keep it loaded. And so without chunk loaders, I can't do that. So that series was doomed to end early, I'm afraid. However, I've been working on a little something to maybe jumpstart the series again. Maybe a Create Season 2 type of thing. Here, take a look here. Alright, so this is my little workshop here. As you can see, I've got a nice little setup here. You can see many contraptions in the distance, including a caged sheep. How about that? That's pretty cool. Alright, before I show you all that, let me show you the base of operations, which is this right here. So, this is my storage system. It's literally 3 chests and some drawers in the back. As you can see, I have like 3 stacks of phantom membranes. I'll tell you why later. Lots of materials here. I got lots of like little treasures and collectibles. 22 diamonds, which that's my random materials chest. I got all of this ore, this valuable ore. Lots of diamonds. But yeah, this random materials, most of this came out of randominium ore blocks or whatever. Just random stuff that I found while mining. Alright, let us descend into the base. Here's my workshop. Yeah, it runs pretty quickly. Take a look. Yeah, not bad, not bad. I need this for later. I have a nice little seared melter thing here for smelting small things. Although, I probably won't be using it as much anymore because I've kind of gotten into late game stuff at this point. Got like the cast chest over here. Got the iron generator over here. Got lots of materials here. Got lots of copper. Got some gold. Some lead. Lots of zinc. Lots of redstone. Some iron, which is kind of funny if you think about it. Tons of quartz. Tons of Certus quartz. Tons of nickel. And a shit ton of apatite. I don't even know what to do with all this apatite. I've just kept all of it that I mined, and there's tons of it. Got some glowstone over here too. Got some villagers. Got this guy for paper trades, and this guy for the mending trade. We got grind wheels here. And we got a very special press designed specifically for making Invar ingots. It sits on here, waits to become Ingvar ingots, and then drops into this barrel here. Much easier than having to switch it out every now and then, I will say. I have this little redstone flux station full of Invar machines, which should pretty much tell you that I'm kind of at the point I was at in the last series. Except there's a few new things. I'll go over new things in a little bit. Right now I just want to show you everything that I've been up to. I have my zombie spawner right here that I have gotten from a dungeon down in the cave system down below. Well, what was once a cave system. They are very loud, and I think that is because I made the mistake of building it so close to the rest of my base. But by the time I thought about it, I thought, well, it's too late now, it's already here. I also got, like, the enchantment setup here. Tons of enchanted books that, you know, I just have in case I need it. I have the trade machine here. I have my giant hole here. And got twisted saplings, umbron saplings, and poise bush from a dungeon. So I haven't even gone to the end yet, and I already have the poise bush. It's made doing things pretty easy. What's that? Huh? The hole? You want to know more about... No, I'll get to that later. Don't worry about it. This is my semi-automatic mechanism machine. Semi-automatic because, well, you have to supply it manually with the things that make the mechanisms. I got a tree farm here. It has not been on since the very beginning of the world. Because I just had enough wood to last me. Here's the stone thing. I got a little machine down here that's actually functionally different from the one I made in the last series. What this one does is, it's on a gantry, and it goes forward, and then back. And on the way to and fro, there's gabbro, granite, diorite, all the sort being made, and it goes in and out through the lava. It gets outputted onto this belt and shot up that chute using the fan, because I didn't feel like messing with, you know, the what you call it, the pulley, the elevator stuff. I didn't feel like messing with it. Over here's the rubber farm. It doesn't make a lot of rubber. It doesn't really smelt it automatically. It's simpler just to take this and smelt it instead of make the whole setup, especially since power was so scarce. Power is scarce. I did not feel like setting up flywheel machines for all this because everything you see here is pretty much temporary. I'm going to be taking down most, if not all, of these contraptions. So that's why everything is so, you know, thrown together. Like, it's not in fancy buildings. There's not really a lot of lore built into these contraptions. They're all kind of just here. I don't always like building like this, but I figured, I already did the lore building and stuff I wanted to do with the first season of Create. Now I kind of just want to move on to the final factory and get it all up and running together. And I can pump as much lore as I want into that. It's about the lore. It's about the lore, people. Anyway, you could probably tell I'm standing on brass machine stuff. Oh, take a look at this. Look at this. A mining turtle. If I type in the word miner and hit enter, it mines cobblestone for this iron generator here. Excess cobble is then put into this hopper that goes to this here lava source, so that when it's full, it just empties its inventory so it can mine more cobble. Otherwise, cobble would spew everywhere. This thing is pretty cool, but it turns off every time I quit a world, and I have to come over to it and type miner in it every time I start. So I probably won't be using it ever again, but I just wanted to mess with the computer craft stuff. Pretty much everything you see here is powered by this one windmill up here. Let me see here. Don't I have, yeah, over here. It's got 4,600 stress units, and there's only 72 remaining, which is why I didn't feel like putting in a fan for this, because this rubber thing is connected to that windmill. And over here you got your Infernal Mechanism machine, you got your twisting vines and your crimson weeping. I always call it, why do I don't know. You know what? They're crimson vines. I'm staying committed. They're crimson vines. Hello. They go here, they get picked up, put in the thing, and right now there's nothing coming out of here. I just got charcoal in here. I mean, I don't think I'm ever going to run out of charcoal for this thing. I don't make Infernal Mechanisms that often, and this thing is very slow to fill. Like, it could take up to 4 hours just to get a stack of Infernal Mechanisms, so I don't know, I try to go easy on them. Dude, this is private property. What are you doing? Get out of here. Hey. Oh, here's a drill I made. I mean, you guys know what a drill is. You guys know what a drill is. I don't need to show that. And this is the inductive mechanism stuff. You know, you got your wood being outputted here and turned into sticks to make into wheels, to crush into singularities, to explode into quantum singularities. Unfortunately, this part is 100% manual, but again, that won't be the case when we move everything into one area. You got your fern duplicating stuff. I actually took out the blue and purple fern because too much was being made, and there is no automatic stopping feature for this. And the fire ritual part is underneath all of them. It gets duplicated and comes back up here, just gets duplicated. So that's kind of how that works. Otherwise, this machine is practically the same one that I made in the Invar factory. Oh, there's a snow temple next door. I guess I should have... I guess that's not really important. We don't need to think about that. There's some stray spawners in it, which is really cool, if I ever need strays. Here's the sand machine for the TNT, but I have recently combined it with my clay machine because I was sick and tired of using a strainer for my clay. So I just thought, excess sand. I mean, there's just sand built up over here, so we'll just turn that into clay. Now, if this ever gets filled with 128 stacks of clay blocks, we might have a problem, but we don't have to worry about that yet. Then you got your color draining stuff. It's all one segment instead of two. They get crafted up, shot into this beam, picked up by the vacuumulator, turned into radiant induction coils. There you go. One more thing, too, is this giant stone brick tower here, which I decided to make look a little fancy just because I felt like it. This thing grows potatoes, however, the inside of this grows kelp. Because, believe it or not, up until this point here, I did not have a kelp farm. I just grew all my kelp in the nearby river. And if I ever needed any andesite alloy, I just went in the river, chopped down a few stalks, got some clay from the strainer, and popped that in the basin and got my alloy. But now I have kelp forever. Same with the potatoes. But as you can probably guess, this stuff is for coin. Because, you know, obtruse mechanisms and all that. Like, we need silver for that. Oh, and I bet you may have noticed this quartz here. Well, the final factory that I am thinking about will be made out of a lot of quartz blocks and laboratory blocks, which they use quartz to make. So, I've decided to make an automatic quartz farm. And I even found out something very interesting, okay? Now, this is the aqueous accumulator, not as good as the Emperor's Chalice, of course, but, you know, it is a little compact, so I guess I'll use it. If you put this next to this thing here, call it a fluid cell, fluid cells can take 100 millibuckets, a whole bucket of water from an adjacent source, like per tick. So this thing can hold 32 millibuckets, so 32 buckets, and since this thing can very quickly fill up on water, this fluid cell can very quickly take it. And what it's doing is, it's taking that water, and it's very quickly taking it from the left, which is the aqueous accumulator, and it's putting it to the right into the spout. So you can see it's constantly putting out water, like constantly. So it's growing quartz seeds into quartz, like so quickly. This is such a better solution than the quartz go-around I got over there. Like, it makes quartz so much faster. But yeah, we can make a much more efficient quartz farm for the electron tubes in the future. And of course, as you know, like, you know, you split it up, duplicate one, keep the other. And they go here, and they go into this compacting drawer, where these make quartz blocks, because you can either have the quartz blocks, or you can grab just the straight up nether quartz. And normally, oh, it's raining. Aw. But normally you can't actually craft quartz blocks back into nether quartz unless you use like a pulverizer, or you melt it down and put it in a gem cast. So the compacting drawer is so great. That's pretty much all my contraptions. Oh, and then you got your sheep farm, but that's actually the latest thing I've made, because I need lots of carpets for stuff. And I just didn't feel like manually doing it like I have been. I mean, all these windmills came from somewhere. It came from over there. Oh yeah, I have an owl now, too. This is Frederick. Say hi, Frederick. Good on you, Frederick. So, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? You think we got potential here? We're pretty much at the same place we were at before. We even have the Enderium machines, so we can create ender tanks and stuff. We can make the portals. We can make the portality portals. We don't really have to make a portality portal, actually, because, I don't know, we just don't need one yet. Before, we had multiple, like, factory locations, and even a factory in the Nether that we were going to make, so that, we kind of needed that, but now? I don't know. Okay, now let me show you a couple of the new things I've learned. First off, the fluid cell I've already talked about. I got an aqueous accumulator bag here, and it's pumping water into this phytogenic insulator. And, yeah, that's kind of how I've been doing the poise bush stuff. This is a Tinker's Workbench. Now, this Tinker's Workbench is awesome, okay? So, you take little things from the thermal series, like that saw that was in that randonium chest, which I did get that from randonium ore. It's pretty useless, I don't like it, but what I did make was this thing here called the Potion Infuser. Now, this thing, it does exactly what it said, stores and infuses potions. You can put that in here and transfer potions from this workbench that you put in it, you dump potions in, and stuff it inside of that syringe. And you can also give adjustments to it to do things. This syringe is currently holding 11,500 millibuckets of fire resistance potion. And each injection gives you 40 minutes of fire resistance. That's pretty crazy, don't you think? Oh, and I should mention each injection takes up 250 millibuckets, so that's a lot. That's pretty much a whole day's worth of fire resistance. So if I ever find myself suddenly falling in lava, I just have to open my backpack, take this out, give myself a quick injection, and then bam, fire resistance. Pretty good. There are other potion effects that probably could have been good too, like strength. I could just have strength forever. I just have a massive strength buff on me at all times, but I felt like fire resistance was better. Oh, and I guess I should also mention my charm belt. These are all my mob charms. I got my zombie one, skeleton charm, creeper charm, spider charm, slime charm, and phantom charm, which I've actually just got the other day, which is why there are so many phantom membranes, because I've just been staying up all night killing phantoms while working on stuff. I don't know why people hate phantoms so much. I don't know, I like phantoms. And getting the... oh, hello. Goodbye. And getting the materials for those charms was actually pretty easy, because I was digging a giant hole here. And I had to fight mobs pretty much constantly while I was in this hole. And look at that. There's nothing down here. Nothing, except for the occasional Enderman. I blocked off some of the caves that were adjacent to here, but not all of them. I still have to block off the other ones. I just haven't felt like it, if I'm going to be honest. There are chunk loaders in here too, and this entire space here is actually 6x6 chunks. Now I bet you're wondering, Andrew, now how the hell did you clear all of this out? Like, did you just use a pickaxe or a tool? I noticed your beautiful Cobalt Slimewood Tinkerer's Bronze Sledgehammer with netherite in it. Like, you probably used that, right? No, I didn't. I used the schematic cannon to clear this hole. What I did was, I have a 6x6 chunk large blueprint that is only 1 block thick, and the blueprint only has, like, apparently you can't make a blueprint that's just has nothing in it. So, what I had was, I had a couple blocks on that end of the blueprint over there, and what happened is, the schematic cannon cleared out a layer of the hole, and then I ran around with a pickaxe, like my Silk Touch pick or my Fortune pick, and I ran around, I collected all the ores and materials, and then when I went back, when I was done finding all the ore and stuff, I ran back to the cannon, and I made it shave off another layer, and another layer, and another layer, until I did this. This took like over a week to shave out, even with the schematic cannon, because the schematic cannon might be kind of quick, but this is still an awful lot of space. Also, I want the whole factory to be kind of underground, and I didn't want to mess up the terrain above ground, so that's why there's a ceiling up here. Oh, this used to be the entrance to my cave system I would frequent, but that cave system went through the hole, so I had to block it off. Oh wait, no, there was another path that went this way. Oh, and this skeleton spawner was also in the hole. I didn't want to destroy it, so I carted it over here where it wouldn't get destroyed. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, though. I have stray spawners on the surface. I just don't like destroying spawners in general. Oh, and one final thing I'd like to mention. Okay, another thing I want to show is the Nether. The portal is around here where all these deaths are. You know what? I'm doing this. I'm doing this up here where there are no zombies. Doesn't the rain sound much more pleasant? So over here, there is around where the portal is. It took forever to find another fortress, and I finally broke down and I grabbed a compass to kind of lead me into the direction of another fortress, and it was all the way over here. I'm like, are you serious? I had to go through this basalt delta and through all this stuff here. You can even see where there are some like bridges that I've made to get across and explore. It took forever to get down here to this fortress, and it took forever to get back, and I'm like, how am I supposed to get a blaze spawner from there to here? It's like 700 blocks away. It's like over 700 blocks away. Then I decided, alright, I gotta do this because I want to make my Infernal Mechanism thing, and I don't feel like going down here, getting one blaze, coming back, and then having to do the trip all over again. So I made the drill, okay? I made the drill. And I thought, alright, we'll go south, and then we'll go west, and then we'll make a long tunnel so that I can just take the blaze thing, put it on a cart, and push it down the tunnel. I go south, and I think you can already see where this story is going, because I go south, and there's just a fortress right there, and I'm like, are you serious? And to make things even crazier, I go south, find the bridge, and there's a blaze spawner, like, right there next to my tunnel. I'm like, what? Are you serious? Just to the south, it's so much easier to reach. Why would the compass that I purchased that would lead me to the nearest fortress lead me to the one that's all the way over here instead of the one that's over here, which is much closer? I don't know. Either way, this is the fortress I go to now, because it's just, you know, closer. So this is pretty much the world I got going right now. I'm not quite ready to make, like, other videos on it yet, because I'm still making, like, blueprints for the final factory in a creative world, trying to figure out how it works. And, it's gonna be very complicated, so I do want to plan it out beforehand. At the very least, I want to plan out the rooms and such. Because the final factory is going to also house the rocket and all that. And I don't even know how the rocket works. I don't even know how anything in Chapter 4... Well, I kind of get how Chapter 4 works, because I got to look at it before my other world kind of got destroyed. Requires, like, snowballs and basalt and stuff, I think. But if I have no idea what Chapter 5 is all about. But yeah, if you're excited for this new season of Create Above and Beyond, let me know in the comments below. Because I gotta tell you, I'm pretty excited myself. Like, this is nice, you know, being able to continue this thing, because I was so upset. I was so upset that I couldn't continue that world. As I'm like, man, I made it so far. I'm like past halfway there now, and I can't finish it. But yeah, thank you for watching my little showcase of the Season 2 world. That will be, I'll be releasing videos on that eventually. It should be at some point in the future, I will say. But at the very least, I wanted to show you guys this so that you knew that something was happening involving Create. And remember, videos are going to be coming out again in like a week or two, but with 2 days between instead of 1, so that, you know, I have more time to make the videos. So thank you very much for watching. If you like what you saw, consider subscribing, and remember, the Wasteland is watching. See ya.